Now, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. One more lecture on modern manufacturing methods, and we are already discussing about rapid prototyping or 3D printing techniques. So, last class we have discussed about again the rapid prototyping process. Then I discussed about one of the process which is used in a process method is used in a 3D printing. Okay, so that is nothing but your, yeah, just see, this is what we have discussed. So this is the stereo lithography operators. So this is the one of the method which is used for rapid prototyping to produce the 3D printed models. Okay, so today's class will go for one more technique, right? So just so that is basically called as fused deposition modeling. Okay, fused deposition model. Already you are seeing the name indicates there is some deposition of a layer by layer of material by fusing. Okay, which forms the model. So it's nothing but your fused deposition modeling. So it's popularly known as FDM. It's a solid-based rapid prototyping method with that extrudes material layer by layer to build a final model. So mostly it is developed by Stratasys. It's one of the company which first developed this particular method of producing the 3D printing objects. Okay, so what happens? You have a principle is very simple. Like you have plastic polymer in a liquid state in case of stereolithographic process. Here you have a wire or a plastic material, okay, which is in the form of wire, which will melt using a heat. Then it comes through the nozzle. Once it comes through the nozzle, it will deposit on a surface which actually produces the shape of the model layer by layer. Okay, so that's it's called as a basically the principle of fused deposition modeling. Now just see here the next yes. Now I'll explain clearly about this technique in detail. Okay, right. Now, what is exactly a FDM technique? So it is nothing but deposition of a thin filament of thermoplastic polymer in a cross-hatching fashion to form each layer of a part. Okay. Now you can see here in this particular diagram. Let me just take one highlighter here. Yeah. Now just see, you are seeing this machine here. So this is basically your FDM machine or fused deposition machine. And most of the 3D printers, what you see in your institutes or organizations or colleges or some of the industries, you have this particular method of producing a model. And you can see here the model, a blue color one, what I'm showing in the highlighter part. Okay. And this is the one which is actually a model. Okay. Now you can see here there are two thin wires, which is a light blue color and thick blue color, and which is coming in a spool or roll. In a spool or roll. So this roll will be supplying this filament or material. So this is basically the material what we are going to supply to this particular section. You see here the section here which I have shown in a exaggerated shape here. So which has rollers like this. You see here the rollers are moving in the opposite direction. One is a thick blue color and another is a thin blue color. So through which the wire just goes, and wire just goes, and you have an arrangement when the wire is going. Okay, this wire is made up of some sort of thermoplastic polymer like ABS or the polymers. What are made of the polymer? So once it goes through this particular section, so this particular section is nothing but a section. These are nozzles. You can see here these are the nozzles, and you have seen some brown color shapes here, which are called as liquefiers. So the solid or wired what you called as filament, which is supplied by the two sections here, like these two nozzles. like this two pipes like thing, it will come here. And while where it comes down like this is the portion where you are having an arrangement for heating. So once it's heated, what will happen? So the entire material of wire which is coming here will be converting into a liquid. It be converted into liquid, and that will be extruded or just comes out of the nozzle. And below the nozzle, we have a plate on which the desired shape what you want will be kept. Now this particular head can be able to move X, Y, Z directions. You can see here, you can see here, it can move in X, Y, and Z directions, so that whatever the shape I need, I can easily made. Okay, and you have to just control this what you called as a head, or what you exactly called as the extrusion head. Okay, so that extrusion head you have to control according to this. This will be obviously controlled by your system or computer. So that will be moving this particular shape of the object. And once one layer, this is the bottommost layer you can see here. It first you assume that you have given that layer, and you form this one layer of model. Then what happens? This table will be just moving down, and what happens above that particular layer, one more layer will be deposited. It's just like what you called as a layer by layer of a sandwich or laminate. Okay, so they like that, it keep on producing layer by layer by giving this whatever the filament in the liquid form, and extruding it over the part to be produced. And finally, whatever the thickness you need, it will going on producing layer by layer, and then finally you will get your product, and you just take away this table back, and if you have any extra portions, you'll remove that, and finally this blue color one is your waste model. Okay, so this is basically the simple example of how the particular FDM process is going to be. Okay, so FDM process will be like this. Okay, now just see. Yeah, same thing I mentioned. Okay, so the head is moved in the horizontal XY directions. The supporting table can be moved vertical, or it can be lowered down after completion of each layer. After completion of each layer, and in your FDM process, if you have a extruder head which contains that nozzles, it contains the nozzles, can be controlled by means of a robot or by means of a computer control, and it can move in any direction, which can be raised or lower, and whatever the needed, whatever the form I need. Okay, so obviously this is the basic. I'll tell you what are the materials you can use for producing the models. So a thermoplastic filament is extruded through the small orifice of a heating die. So you can see that the brown color ones, which is shown here, through which it just gets heated, and this is in the form of a wire rolls. This is the roll of the wire coming like this. That automatically it will melt and liquefies, and when it comes, it will extrude to this, and finally deposit on the that particular model or the shape of the model layer by layer. Okay. Now that's what will happen. Okay, right. So let me just before going to the, and this is some of the points about your FDM. Right. So the FDM, what happens? The layer may be of the order of the range of around 0.05 mm to 0.12 mm layer by layer. I said layer, no, each layer may be of the maximum around 0.12 mm. So this thickness will be achieved in the vertical direction. Okay, so vertical direction. Right. Now, just see. So this is the basically the materials. Most of the times you will be using a filament or a wire, which is called as a material. And what and all materials you can produce as a 3D models. You go for ABS. Most popularly used is ABS, polycarbonate, polyphenol sulfonate, and elastomers. And minimum layer is around 0.15 mm. The only thing is you can have a surface finish, not a smooth one. It is a rough one, and obviously very slow process, because to complete one 3D printed model, it may take hours together. Okay, so most of the times you have applications where you have some functional testing parts, small parts like a watch, gears, etc. All you can be easily do by means of a FDM technique. Okay, so hope you understood the process. Now we'll go and see what is basically a right. So just go through this video. Okay, now just go for this one. Yeah, see this. So this is the thing what you're seeing here. Yeah. So let me just yes. Now you can see these parts. What you're seeing, that white color ones, no, that is the basically your 3D printed shoes. Okay, and this is the basically the table. So these builds parts layer by layer from the bottom up by extruding through a thermoplastic filaments such as ABS and PLA. Those are the materials mostly used in case of FDM 3D printers. Okay, just go through. So this is the basically the nozzle. This is the extrusion. This gives the process. CAD modeling. That is the basic bed where you get your 3D model. So after that, you can easily cut it. So that is our extrusion head, which is moving. See, this is how it moves, and see how this particular thing is produced as a layer by layer. The one what you are seeing now is nothing but your the 3D printed model, and the extra one is just removed, and this is the basic shape of your 3D printed model. Okay, so hope you understood here what is exactly a fused deposition modeling. Okay, right. Now able to understand what is FDM now. So how the things are going to made using a fused deposition modeling. Now, what are the basic advantages of FDM here is the durable parts can be made. Okay, so the parts which are going to be made are durable, and you have minimum wastage because you have a extrusion head or nozzles, that part of assembly, that part of arrangement where you can get minimal wastage and easy handling, material changeover, and support removal. You can see here the previous video, what it exactly shows. Easily you can handle that because you have to have a wet, what's the bottommost part where above which you produce your 3D model and finally you'll cut it out. Okay. No post curing. So once you produce the model like your SLA process, you doesn't require curing in a furnace like that. So it's office environment friendly. The product office because the 3D printer using a FDM technique can be installed anywhere in schools, colleges, offices, etc. Okay, and low-end economical machines. Obviously, compared to the other processes like SLA, LOM, sintering processes, you have FDM a little bit economical and easy material changeover and support removal. So what happens here? I want to change the material. You see that you have some pools or rollers. So just change the color of the roller or change the material of the roller. Obviously, what happens depends upon that the filament is going to be changed, and you can get a variety of colors or variety of models of your FD produced by FDM. That's why the last line indicates it's a variety of materials. And what are the disadvantages? So as I said, it's only 0.15 mm minimum uh, thickness where it's going to form as a layer by layer. It takes a lot of time to produce a single prototype model. Okay, a single prototype. So low accuracy, as I said, SLA is producing a very accurate model compared to the FDM thing because it produces a model which is rough. Okay, so not good for small features, details, and thin walls. So I can't go for prototypes production for to where which has very small holes, small features, and very thin sections. Okay, and as I said, the surface finish is rough, and support design integration removal is difficult. So as we have to uh, take care of those extrusion heads, nozzles, as well as that headers, everything. So for integration, for removal of the model or prototype, a little bit a difficult process. So compared to XY axis and Z axis movement, a little bit inhibited because it's a weak Z axis. So slow on large or dense parts. So obviously, I want to go for a very big, large part means so it will be takes hours together or maybe a day also. So supports required on some materials or geometry. Some materials, okay, so I can't just leave it for extrusion and producing 3D models. So this requires, yeah, supports. Compulsorily, you need a support. Okay, right. So those are the advantages of and disadvantages of FDM, right? So that's about your FDM process, right? Now we'll go for one more process, which is called as laminated object manufacturing. So stereolithographic process is over. You have what you called as FDM, fused deposition modeling process is over. Then we have another two more processes where it's called as a laminated object manufacturing. So LOM. So it's also a very simple technique because what is a 3D model? You need a layer by layer technique and fusion of that to form as a laminate. Okay. So as the name implies, the process laminates thin sheets of film made up of paper or plastic. So the laser has only to cut or scan the periphery of each layer. So the laser which are going to use is only to cut that particular shape, and obviously you have an arrangement where it's the process of lamination. Okay. Now the build material is placed on a platform. This is the basic principle of LOM. So the build material is placed on a platform, and a heated roller bonds it to the previous layer, and the sheet is cut to required profile by laser and glued to the previous sheet. So this is arrangement. So I'll tell you in the next slide, we have the basic arrangement. Okay, so let me just take this. Yeah, I think you're able to see a bigger one here. Yes, yeah, right. Now see the main components here. You can see here, this is the roll which actually sends the material, and this is called as a heated roller. You see the orange color one, which is called as a heated roller, and this is a laser, this is the mirror, and this is the optical head. So the laser beam is passed like this and deflected to the mirror, and from this optical head it goes to the, and this is basically the table layered part and supported material. So this is basically your platform which can move down Okay, and this is the one which is actually supplying the material. So this is the material supplying role, and you can see the material is being supplied as a layer like this. So assume that once one layer of material is supplied here, okay, it just passes like this to the rollers like this, and once it's passing like this roller. Now what happens? The laser is being sent, and according to the shape to be cut, it cuts that particular material made up of plastic or thermoset plastic. And once it just made, that particular part will be just moving down because the platform is moving down. Now what happens now? Same another material is just going to come here. Now what happens next when it goes like this? So it again the laser comes, it cuts it, and that layer of sheet is going to form above the thing which is gone moving down, because it just goes that particular platform where again it will get that one more layer in the second cycle. So that is both are being pressed or laminated using the heated roller. Okay, so this is the basically process. Like what happened, how much thickness you need, it's keep on layer by layer, it's cutting, that's being rolled using the heated roller, so that it just forms as a sandwich and just laminates, and finally I'll be getting the the product. Okay, so to show it better even, so let me just see one more video here so that you can understand the process better. Okay. Right. So just show you what is that exactly a LOM process. Okay. One minute. Okay, you can see this here. A lot of things which are coming, and just go for one video here, which actually explains you clearly about the laminated object management. Okay, so let's just take this. There are four rollers, two small rollers, two big rollers. This is the basic material, sheet material, or the material of your 3D printed model. So what you can see here, so this white color one or the blue color, finally it will be like a blue color. So this is the part where I'm getting as a 3D model, and this is the laser beam, and this is the optical head which can be controlled by means of a computer, because this will be just producing a shape on this, and this material is keep on going like this, and this heated roller laminates this particular shape of the material. Okay. So once the light comes here, optical head moves in the whatever the shape you want to make, no, that will just moves like that, and it will just use this particular shape. So once it goes, what will happen? This is the thing, a platform which may be moving down, and these are the rollers which supply the material. Okay. See, this is the basically the final product. This is the final product, the blue color one, what you are seeing. And after that, it will just laminate by means of a heated roller. Okay, so can you able to understand now? This is the product what I am getting, and this is not a single layer. Like this, everything we made, and finally it will be laminated as a single piece and producing it. So this is the basic product you can see here. So like this, one by one, if you are making, finally you will be getting a box like thing. So this is the final product of a 3D model. Okay, so that's the laminated object manufacturing, right? So let me just finish the class by just taking, yeah, what are the, so this is what the same thing I've shown here, right? Now, just 1 minute. Yeah. Now just see this is what given, and materials mostly what will be used is the solid sheets of materials like a PVC, paper, composites, ferrous metals can be used, and minimum layer thickness is 0.05 mm. Obviously, the finish what you are going to produce is rough, and the speed is a very fast method because you have a rollers which supplies the material, and lamination will be done very fast rate, and rapid tooling patterns etc. can be easily produced, which requires very faster rate. You can go for your LOM process. Okay. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages? Now you can use wide range of materials. You can change the materials, and you can use a wide range of materials, and it's having a fast build time, okay, and high accuracy, right, durability, and high parts complexity. What are these advantages are with your LOM? And what is the thing? Obviously, it's basically a laminating which requires a post curing. So it has to be dried in a furnace and overheat. And what happens? There is a roller which actually laminating that. So suppose the heated roller is very hot, then it may damage your material or sheet. Okay, that's the one of the biggest drawback with your laminated object manufacturing. And limited materials like a photopolymers. You can see as compared to the FDM, it's only having a limited polymer, limited materials where I can use to produce the 3D models. And finally, some support structures always needed because the material is going in the rollers, and you must need some sort of a support to support this particular arrangement. Okay, so that's the basically your LOM process. So for today's class, what exactly we have learned? There are two things. So apart from the stereolithography, what we discussed in the last class, now this particular session, what we discussed about two more rapid prototyping process. Our most popular one is fused deposition modeling technique, and the other one is your LOM, like laminated object modeling. Okay, So very popular. And one more is available. And mostly when we meet next class, maybe next week, so we'll be discussing about the other rapid prototyping process, and we'll go further in your modern manufacturing methods. So hope you enjoyed the lecture, right? And everything I'll be keeping the YouTube videos. All of you, I request, please see those videos for further understanding and learn from them. Okay. So we'll meet next week. Okay. Thank you.